Back in my day, if you sucked, you knew it. Now, they get a trophy, a trigger warning, and a podcast to process the trauma of not being the center of attention. They got safe spaces for bad vibes. My safe space? A locked bathroom door, while my dad threatened to turn off the heat. They talk about mental health like it's a personality trait. I'm not toxic. I'm just protecting my peace. Nah, sweetheart, you're just insufferable with Wi-Fi. You got 35-year-olds living at home talking about intentional living. No, you're broke and emotionally codependent. Your mom's cooking your dinner and your therapist's giving you permission to feel sad about it. They drop 100 grand on a degree in decolonized interpretive dance, then protest the system on TikTok while selling pyramid scheme skincare. And what's that job title? Content strategist? Buddy, you post thirst traps with quotes from Rumi. You're a digital stripper with commitment issues. And every guy under 30 looks like a crypto bro that never made it. He lost everything in Dogecoin and now does TED Talks on failure as opportunity. No, Elon Jr., you just bought memes instead of groceries. Dating apps? They're not looking for love. They're building databases of disappointment. If a guy doesn't open with a trauma bond, he's a red flag. You didn't get ghosted. You got bored of yourself mid-text. And what's with this therapy speak in everyday convo? My boundaries are being violated. Lady, we're at a Panera. You asked for more bread, not a psychological intervention. Overdiagnosing? Everyone's got ADHD, anxiety, attachment trauma, and inner child work scheduled between Pilates and panic attacks. You don't need a diagnosis. You need a job and a deadline. And now they're doing digital detoxes, off Instagram for a day like they walked barefoot across the desert. Meanwhile, they're outraged if you call someone the wrong pronoun. You're not oppressed. You just misspelled your identity again. They preach about climate change from the Uber, while door-dashing tofu from a place across the street. Save the planet? You won't even save leftovers. And the outrage Olympics? Everyone's sprinting to be offended the fastest. Someone sneezes too loud. Suddenly, it's a microaggression and a UN summit. And don't forget the simp culture. Men used to fight wars. Now they Venmo girls $50 to be called a king and then brag about their emotional availability. Bro, you didn't level up, you got manipulated with emojis. And every one of these folks calls themselves a brand. You're not a brand. You're a person with a Canva addiction and no discernible skills. In my day, you had a name. Now it's at @vibecurator_Lexi, with a link tree of side hustles that all lead to burnout and debt. But hey, I'm just a guy who worked, paid rent, didn't need 5 apps to validate my existence, and knew how to talk to people without subtitles.